Thank you, everyone. Shanmugam, we are live on Facebook. Dear guests, we are live on Facebook. Yesterday, I happened to see a Siddha doctor's comment in Facebook. It was mentioning that had meant he had recommended that there are around 4,400 body ailments. We have some recommendations in our ancient medicines. All we have to do is research what has been said. That was how he started his FB post. And the article also did mention about a combined medication study recently done along with the modern medicine combined with the Asian medicines with the help of yoga, Varma, and other ancient ways of treatment. And they were able to cure an AIDS, not cure, or save an AIDS patient's life. So that is how the FB page, which I saw yesterday, attracted my attention towards this. And this he called as integrated medicine. And that is the need of the hour. That is how he concluded his write-up on his article. Similarly, in all our business aspects, our thought process now, knowingly or unknowingly, will be directed to integrated approach. During olden days, whenever we were ruled by the kings, there was always a dependency on the ruler. Anything and everything we have to depend on the ruler. Then post-independence era, what happened is the sense of independency actually sunk into us too much. In the sense, whatever I do, I have to be totally independent. There's nothing like have to be dependent on anybody, be it the business or whatever it is, even a restaurant or whatever aspect in industry, it has to be right from scratch till the end. I have to do everything. That is how our thought process had been till that time. Now, we have to have a complete different thought process, which is obviously happening now. Some years back, I would say around 20 years or 22 years back, we had supplied kitchen equipments to Ford Motor Company. And there was a caterer who was going to run the canteen for them. Surprisingly, because that point of the time, this part of the world did not hear about caterers running industrial canteen kitchens. Not much. It was not very heard of. So out of curiosity as a young boy, I asked the admin manager, why is this you are outsourcing your catering operations to one company? For that matter, without hesitation, he said, manufacturing cars is our business, not food. And over the years, now we see majority of the canteens, industrial institutions, and other institutions are run by professional caterers with utmost professionalism in terms of combining science and skill to the utmost usage. And that is the era in which we are also moving towards it. Similarly, post-lockdown, within our operations also, we shall be outsource certain work which we need not have to be doing it, even though we know to do it, but we can always outsource certain things to experts. So this demands a deepening of our knowledge, strength, and specializing on the same. This will be the new era in the way moving forward. And here is our very good friend and humble human being with terrific energy level and loves a man who loves traveling, who's with us to say everything is going to be all right. When we invited him, he immediately agreed, yes, Balaji, I will be with you. And we will have a very good interactive session. And we welcome Master Chef Shahjahan Mohammad Abdul, lovingly called as Chef Abdul, and all the guests for the third session of Prego Knowledge Series. We welcome all the guests once again. I request Swasana Balaji to kindly share the thought of the day. Swasana Balaji, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Swasana. I would like to share a positive thought. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, be kind. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Swasana. That's really nice. May I request Ria, Miss Ria from Kolkata, from Prego team, to kindly introduce Chef Abdul. Ria.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Today, I'd like to introduce you all the South Indian sensational chef Abdul. He is our honorable speaker for today. He completed his master degree in hotel management from France. His career in hospitality spans almost 2 decades, as having worked as a chef de cuisine for the world's busiest kitchen. He has associated with brands like Hilton, Sheraton, and Accor. His remarkable journey has seen his transformation from a three Michelin lines cook as a corporate chef, also responsible for thousands of jobs through his innovations. He holds many awards in his name, including the Best Indian Chef, the Best Chef Lead Brand, and Innovation of the Year. At the age of 38, he achieved it as entrepreneur for Nine Packs Restaurant Consultancy Private Limited, Mr. Idli, then Tandoori Wala, then Chef Abdullah Catering Company, LLC, and many more. His passions for creativity reflects in his work. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Should I get started?
Yes, chef. This thing is all yours, chef. You can start. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be part of this meeting as a speaker. We all are in the same condition wherein we are all under the same sky. Having affected with COVID-19, our lives have come to standstill. And being a positive entrepreneur, always I believed that everything happens for a purpose, for a change, and we could see that there are a lot of changes across due to this pandemic, and there's an improvement in the environment alone. And apart from that, our thought process have developed, and we've been thinking various ways in how to restart our journey of our business. And I would say the relaxation is going to happen, but with strict observation. So the food industry is the one which has affected the most. I believe most of them are in part of this meeting have somewhere or the other directly or indirectly connected with the food industry. Or if you're not, I should say that it has a better future. So what I would say that is the once the relaxation is there and you are thinking of restarting your business, I would always suggest you to start again from the scratch, where you could look into the possibilities of sanitizing your restaurant or food establishments, and then make sure that your manpower who are all there to check whether their accommodation is sanitized again. And to restart your business, now that they are allowing to start off home delivery and takeaways, I would advise you to reduce your menu, reduce your inventory, and make sure that you have a combo meal to ensure that your expenses are minimized and investment into too much of manpower is reduced. Nonetheless, you can always rely on the aggregators. These aggregators are useful to restart your businesses, and ensuring that they keep on supporting you. You can look forward for their support by innovative ideas of preparations of your recipes. You can choose the 10 best recipes of yours, and you can plan it in a such a way that these recipes reach out to the customers through various medium, through your digital platform, especially with your social network, that is your Facebook and your Instagram. And active participation in these social networks will obviously kickstart your business. People will know what you're selling and how you're packaging it and how safe you are. So that's what the world needs to know around you. So making sure that the strict practice of hygiene and sanitation, create an SOP which helps you to train your staff and help them to understand the importance of hygiene and sanitation, and help the customers to know that how you are practicing religiously the hygiene and sanitation, and ensuring that the food is safely packed and served to them, or supplied to them. Apart from that, I would say, making sure that your staffs, when they start, you need to make sure that they uh, take all the medical precautions, they get trained, uh, they know what is right and what is wrong. You need to first train up with your SOPs and tell them, train them exactly on hygiene and sanitation. Apart from that, ensuring that your staff rooms are, all maintained well with all the sanitation done. And basically, it's all about creating a business and managing the business to the situation. I would quote one information stated by Charles Darwin, and in his theory of evolution, he had mentioned that it is not the strongest or the intelligent person who is going to survive. It's all about the one who is going to be responsive to the change. So we have to adapt to the changes that has happened to us and be responsive and take initially the steps, baby steps, and make sure that we move forward with whatever possible ways to reach out the hungry customers. Now the tourism is not there, the travel is limited, so you have to ensure that the food reaches to your locals easily, not dependent on the travelers more. So you have to adapt to the smaller menu and reach out to the customers where they would obviously would like to taste something from outside. Obviously they would also restart their life, and they are again dependent on food from the restaurants and other establishments who serve quality foods nearby. The best way now to restart and look for a better future for your restaurants is somebody who already are into the restaurant businesses. If your products are unique and you think customers would love to have your food in a different locations, then I would advise you to go for a franchising model. Franchising is a model wherein you don't have to invest completely, and you don't have to be there in that location physically to manage the business. You can franchise your business with the experts, whomever that you feel, and whomever that there are companies who help you in modeling, remodeling your business, wherein you can create revenue for your business as well. Franchising comes in a different models. Basically, the franchisee owned and company operated, where the franchisee invests and the company operates, and the franchisee owned and franchisee operates. That is FOFO. That is wherein the franchisee invests and also operates, wherein you are going to give them the guidance and also help them to adapt to the business and help them to take off and manage the business. In that way, either you are providing an entrepreneurship opportunity, and also you are giving them scope of growth by and leading a livelihood by manufacturing your product at their location. Uh, uh, right now, due to those global recession, Indian recession, and also because of the lockdown, most of them are forced to become an entrepreneurs. So if your products are good and if your services are, you think that it is unique, I would say that you should start franchising it, help others to become the owners and manage their livelihood by selling the products that you believe in. And the ones who are not from this hotel industry or the food industry, and you are looking for an opportunity wherein you would restart something, and food business is the one which is always and primary factor for survival for human beings. And I would say once the economy slowly restarts, people would obviously start moving from here and there, and they need food to be relied on to the location where they are traveling and where they are having the business. So you need to also think into the possibilities of choosing a franchising business rather than starting something of your own. If you have a skilled products, or if you think that the product is unique that you manufacture at home, you can also start up an app or a virtual a store wherein people would love to choose your product. You can also place your products in various online portals, your e-commerce portals, where you can promote your products, And it doesn't have to be 10 products or 20 products. Even one product that you think that is unique, you can start selling it so that you can create some revenue for yourself. And I would say, when you have something that you feel that is good, I think you should be sharing it out to the world. So the best way to take things forward during this lockdown and after the post lockdown, the best way is to think what is best for you and for your family and for your community, your neighborhood, and see to the possibilities that you follow all the strict orders from the government, and help the government to achieve the fatal situation that we are into, and make sure that you choose the right path, that is you know your delivery and home delivery services, which is right now the right way to kickstart your business. So I would say we all are in the right direction. We would come out anonymously with all the possibilities of serving good quality food. The food businesses, obviously, it's going to be always on the number one. Once the traveling starts, everything moves on smoothly, and I don't think we should panic at this moment. We should always believe that food is something that is more important than anything else for human beings, and making sure that it reaches safely to the hungry customers is what we should aim at. And apart from the food businesses, if you think that your food menu, if you have number of menu items in your menu that you feel that are being liked by your customers, if you can manufacture those menu products from the format of powders or masalas or ground spices, if you think that those products can also be sold where people can try it out at their home, because most of them would feel that going out eating out is still dangerous, because the cases are growing. It is not reducing at all, but it's going to be there if you are having good immunity and you follow hygiene and sanitation and follow the rules and regulations guided by the government. Then I don't think you should panic anyhow. But still, people will feel hesitant to go out to the restaurant and dine out with the gathering or events. So my best advice is they could prepare at their home. You can also give out their recipe or your recipes. If you are good at biryani, you can give out your biryani masala and tell them how to prepare at home. Or if you are good at any other products, you can just guide them. So these are also the products that you can think of selling it out online, or you can sell it out at your store so that people can try it at their home. So possibility is people who are already having a restaurant and the ones who are not having the restaurant but they're thinking of having a food outlet, the best opportunity is for both of them to go for a franchising. The people who already have a restaurant can think of franchising their business models, because there are forced entrepreneurs, there are companies, there are situations wherein people are thinking of how to restart their life when they have lost jobs, when they have lost or their businesses due to this situation, and they think that the situation will not rest for their business and they should think for an alternative or diversify their business. For them, the franchising is the best model to choose to expand their business and also to create a revenue. And the ones who have not in the restaurant business or the food business and they wanted to get into it, I would say this is the best option for them to choose any small, bigger or medium franchise that of their budget, and plan it well in such a way that they create revenue and cut down the time span to restart the business. Once what happens when you are starting something new, there are a lot of complications. So once you are taking up a franchise, it's a package. So basically you are getting a package wherein you cut down lot of hurdles and you restart your business immediately as early as possible. So in this way, revenue gets created for you. And as I said, either ways, the economy has to restart, but it will start off slowly. You cannot expect, the same numbers what you used to get during your regular time. But at this moment, you should be happy that the business will start, but you need to make sure that your expenses are less, reduce your manpower, manage your menu, shorter the menu, better for your sales, and make sure that business takes off easily. And I would say there is nowhere to panic. Everything will smoothly come into place. Patience, perseverance, name it whatever that you want, but this is how it's going to be. You don't have to panic, because we have to live further. We have, our generations are there, they are supposed to live further. So what we have to do is few corrections of hygiene, sanitation, and discipline. These are the things that you need to take care of your business, and rest the business will take care of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. That was really lovely. I mean, probably I have a first question to ask.
Please.
Chef, we can take up the question answer, Chef, right?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Chef, in terms of, you are talking more on integrated approach, use your strengths. Whoever has a particular strength, let's start using that strengths. That was one of the main points you covered there. And you are also talking about franchising will be the new game, even though there are franchises there. Now that will be more deeper. Can you throw some light on that, Chef? Because as for our Indian kind of a food, there are very little brands who have successfully franchised. They have grown up to a certain level, and after that it's flattened or there's a decline. So how do we take up this in terms of, how do you look this basically, Chef?
See, we Indians are very intellectual, and we are very competitive. I think we are better off than any other nation. Our quality of food is amazing, and our cultural combination of whole of India. We have the combination such that you rarely find it in any other country. So what we have is to spread the quality, spread the business. We need to make sure that we choose a channel. The channel what I thought would be the best would be the franchising channel. If you have a restaurant in the name of XYZ and your quality of food is liked by people around you, I'm sure that the same quality will be liked in the other location. So my best advice is you need to choose something that it spreads up and makes good revenue. Franchising is a model wherein you don't have to physically be there and do that. Franchising is something that you are going to recruit a subordinate or a partner to your brand, where these subordinate or partners get trained under you, and the same quality of food will be supplied or manufactured at that various locations. And the services, it's a replica of the blueprint of the businesses what you are doing at your location. You're spreading it across in various locations. To now, the people who are already having restaurants or a food store, anything, it may be anything, even a small shop, anything that you think, somebody who's having a unique product and you think the product is unique and people are liking your product, I'm sure that you should start off franchising it, because there are a lot of opportunities as of now. There are a lot of people who are thinking of getting into food businesses. There are various budgets that they can choose of. It starts from a minimum of 20,000 and it can go up to 20 crores. It depends on what kind of a business model and capacity that you are going to ask for. There are various investors, but I would say keep your business models short, sweet, simple. And to start off, I would say for the next 6 months or 1 year, to have a business model in such a way that it's more of a delivery and a takeaway business.
Thank you, Chef. We have with us a guest, Mr. Sugavanam Nadarajan. Please, sir, you can ask a question.
1 minute.
It's on your video, just one line of introduction and about you, and then you can start. So it's easier for the speaker to understand your background. You have to unmute yourself, Mr. Sugavanam.
So before that, before Mr. Sugavanam, I would like to talk. Mr. Balaji, okay. So thank you, Chef. It was a wonderful presentation, Chef Abdul. and we really appreciate you. This is Shankar here. So it is I would love to say this that because you have been in a more an organized
Yeah, yeah.
way of business, so that is a very fantastic
One
thing.
minute.
Okay, so I would
Yeah,
Balaji,
yeah.
our mute
Actually,
பண்ணிடு நான் பேசி
so-
முடிச்சிடறேன் Balaji.
Oh,
Okay, so what I could feel is, Chef, you have been so organized in your business model. Okay, so before COVID or after COVID, I don't think there's going to be kind of a difference in your operations, because this is a foresight which you had when I have known you for some few years. You have taken a step wherein like an organized way of thinking, you know, your back end operations you have done properly. So the costings wise or wherever the menu is required, you have fine tuned it so well that when you look at it, it's very fantastic, because this is the need of the hour. I think it is your foresight which you have organized it where, and there is a very important reason that we have invited you here, because you have clearly elaborated it very clearly, stating what is the need of the hour. Here actually is a timely management. Here the need of ours is also utilize our resources very carefully and properly, and getting ourselves organized. In fact, a German professor used to tell me, if you're not organized, you will not exist. And that is what I think you have reiterated the fact today, Chef. Fantastic. I really have my good wishes to you and like to convey our
Thank you,
regards
Mr.
from the
Shankar. Thank you,
yeah.
thank you. The last time when
So
we met, I remember last time
uh,
when we met, it was a meeting at our place at Mysore,
yeah,
wherein we
exactly.
discussed about something called a small business for an investment of less than a lakh or something like that.
You're right.
And we thought about it, and I would like to tell you in this platform that we in fact started it.
Oh,
What we what we
so
discussed,
that
we
is the
have
need
already
of the
started.
hour. You have
We have
nailed
already
it.
started. But what we did was we thought about something like IDK or
Okay.
IDC. But what we have
Italy.
done is IDUVK.
Oh,
So
Italy Vada
IDUVK
coffee.
is Idli, Dosa, Upma, Vada, Kapi.
Wow. Wonderful, Chef.
Yeah.
In fact, could you just it's a question, and also even for our participants also, they are world over now. Could you just explain us, I wouldn't call it as a secret recipes, because the chefs have the secret recipes, but at least the organized way of thinking and what prompted you to go into that, the kind of the whole system. It may be of help to other entrepreneurs also who would like to take your franchise. Thank you, Chef. I really appreciate your thing. And on behalf of the Prego team and Balaji and all the organizers, I really appreciate the great effort they are bringing in to make this knowledge series reach the masses. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're making a great effort. Trust me, it's a good thing that you have started, and it's
Thank you.
going to help a lot of people.
Yes, Chef. Thank you.
Sir, I am Sugavanam here. Just now I thought of telling the views, and it's a good session. The knowledge series is very good in food industry.
Sir, give me
and,
nice one line of introduction about you so people also know. It's also to
Okay.
get to know people online.
Okay. Actually, I am a business consultant. I have more than 30 years experience in various industries. Almost worked in various industries, IIT, then telecom, insurance, and software. Last 10 years, I am doing business consulting. In that,
Okay.
we are doing a mutual business marketing for many of the organization, channel partnership, like that. In that, we are doing for some food processing industry also, FMCG industry also. And I came to know this session. So it's a really good session. We are having one business group also. I shared in my group, and I welcomed all our group members for this knowledge sharing session, which we can achieve by sitting at home and getting knowledge, which will be very much useful. And food industry, as the speaker told, it's a ever-growing industry. Even in this lockdown period, it's an inevitable industry where people will be using it in many methods. So definitely, it's a good appreciate the discussion. Happy to hear the knowledge.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Any other questions? You can just put it in the chat box. You can raise your hand. It'll be nice. We could unmute you. Yeah. So, Chef,
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
most
you for your time, Chef, to be with us.
Most
Chef Prakash is wanting to say something. Chef
Please.
Prakash, you would like to add up something? No, he's lost his connection. Yeah.
Good
Is
afternoon,
there
sir.
any questions so that we could wrap up the session?
Want to speak?
Yeah. Mandar Kulkarni, you would like to add up some questions, sir? Any discussions with Chef?
Good
You can
afternoon, sir.
unmute.
Hello.
Yeah, Chef. Yeah, Chef Prakash. Yeah, please, Chef. Yeah.
Sir, just after 1 or 2 months, I am going to open my hotels.
Okay.
Though I am safe, but how can I procure my staff? First, all staff cannot procure at a time the hotels. So how can I manage my staff at the time of processing of foods?
See, I would say that you should think about the product first, then the people. If you have planned your business in such a way that it is possible with the resources available with you, and obviously there will be people who will be coming back. Things not going to be like people who have gone back to their hometown, not going to come back. Even they need a livelihood to start. So obviously there will be ways that they will be coming back. But if you are planning to start something in 2 months' time, that is nearly a situation wherein we'll be still under the pandemic. So you should start with something which is basically manageable by you, chef. The product which can be easily controlled by you, and having few people who are unskilled laborers, you can provide them the skill training nearby. You can recruit them nearby and manage the business in such a way that you don't have too much of menu items. Whichever that you are good at and your preparation at, you can list out those menu items and start off, chef. And I wish you best of luck.
Good. Thank you, Chef. And we have a request from Mr. Prashant Rao for a question. Mr. Prashant, can you just in one line introduce yourself, from which town and what you do, and straight to the question.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, Mr. Prashant. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, sir. Yeah, well, my name is Prashant Rao.
And hello.
And we are into this food industry, wherein we were mostly concentrating on the...
Which town are you from, Mr. Prashant? Which town are you talking from?
We are talking from Pune.
Pune. Okay, good.
So we are into this industry. Just a sec.
Yeah, Mr. Prashant, you can go ahead. Hello, Mr. Prashant? I think so his line got dropped. We have one more, Siva Sudhakaran. By the time Mr. Prashant comes in, we'll have Mr. Siva Sudhakaran who has a question. Over to Mr. Siva Sudhakaran.
Hi, it's Siva here. I'm in London.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Hi, Chef. Yeah, I've been talking to Abdul for over a year now. I'm in the process of taking his franchise. Abdul is a very good initiative you done. It's a very good session and also very informative as well. I think this is something you should do it on a regular basis to update the industry and other colleagues.
Thank you so much, Mr. Siva.
Okay.
Thank you. And Mr. Edil Vendan would like to raise a question.
Hi, Chef.
Edil Vendan. Yeah.
Hi, Chef. This is Edil.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry, and I'm from Chennai. I am a relatively new entrepreneur into this food industry. I had started with a cloud kitchen and events catering just about 4 months back prior to this lockdown. So I would say like I'm a new entrant into this industry. So how would you you have almost given a roadmap to people like me. So just for the sake of reputation, how would you what would be a roadmap for my industry, because I'm going to start from zero as of now. So how would you what would be your suggestions for a person like me?
See, you are already in the ball game. You have already started something and you have something in your hand. So I would say that you know already that what you're supposed to do. You already have a cloud kitchen. that is a dark kitchen.
Yeah.
So I would say that with a dark kitchen, you can plan various activities. And luckily that, 4 months back before this pandemic lockdown, you started this business and it has a bright future. Right now, the cloud kitchen business is the one which is going to take off smoothly. Those are the ones who are going to make good businesses as of now, because the market is allowing people to have the deliveries and the takeaways. So you can concentrate more and choose unique products. What could be the unique product that you can look for? Now people are more into vegetarian and less into non-vegetarian. So you should adapt. As I say, Charles Darwin's theory, wherein it is not the strongest or the intelligent who will survive. It is the one who is responsive to the change. Those are the ones who are going to be surviving and going through these difficult situation. Plan well in a way in which that your dark kitchen, your cloud kitchen delivers unique products to the customer, make it more unique. You can think about gifting also from your cloud kitchen, where people would like to celebrate on their birthdays, on their anniversaries, on any kind of a celebration. You should think of a unique package that would go, that I could say that I would like to gift my friend, my sister, my parent, something or the other. So you could plan something in such a way. And please trust me that digital presence is a must, and you have to get involved into it. Being digitally helps you to reach out to customers whom you don't know physically. So make sure that you know where your business is put up and how much kilometer radius that you can reach out, who are all your customers and your target audience, and get engaged yourself. There were days that people were engaging social media activities through a third party. I would say now that you have time, and every day you should make at least an hour of time, so that you yourself do the social interaction with your customers and all the people around your business, so that you are dealing with them and you know the intensity or the emotional factors of your customers, so that you can plan well and promote well your business.
Yeah, thanks, Chef. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. And I don't know whether Mr. Prashant is able to get his line back. Yeah, Mr. Prashant, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I'm sorry, I think my line got disconnected. I just wanted an update or a few tips on how to take care of online business. And as rightly Chef has suggested, that digital presence is very important. So I wanted a few tips on that. Thank you.
Basically, Mr. Prashant, what happens is these online businesses you can consider as one is your Google, that gives you a rating and allows people to know where you're put up. And it gives you a defined address and also shows you the direction. So Google is something that you can rely on for the direction, the rating, and also your address. And the review management also need to be taken care, so that you yourself, when you're managing it, the alerts will come to you, so that it's easy for you to respond. If the reviews are not attended or responded, so that's a negative point or a negative view raised by the customers. Then you can think about channelizing yourself into your Facebook and Instagram. So once you are having a Facebook business account, it's easy for you to manage your Instagram account as well. So whatever your products that you are using, you can use it in such a way that you need to have a good phone and you need to have a good one. So you need to make sure that you yourself can post it. There's no big deal in posting these contents in day-to-day basis. You can plan, organize it in such a way that you can allot 1 hour of your time in the social activities, digital social activities. I'm 100% sure that will be a grand success for your business. But what I know is only you know your baby. Only you can understand your business well. You know what it takes to reach out to your customers. It's emotional bonding, you say, that the customer has on you. So you cannot rely on a third party who will take care of your business. They will just post it. They will just put a greeting. But you are the one who's going to make sure that it reaches their heart. So social digital activity is very important for you to manage it yourself rather than relying on somebody else, and allotting yourself some time. And if you're not aware of how you're going to do it, You can learn it from online. And also the SEO. If you have a website, if you have a page or a landing page, I would say Google SEO, that also is a trick. That is an analytic that you can learn how to do it. And every website gets an analytic, Google Analytic, and learn the tricks of the trade. Choose the right keywords for people to land on your page, and you're done. And I'm sure it will not cost you more than 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per month, not more than that. But if you're relying on somebody, they will obviously charge you somewhere around 8,000 to 30,000 rupees per month. So I would say not to do that, where you don't have the privacy also, because you need to share your credit card details and all those things. Somehow, somewhere, some lapses will happen. My advice is to do it yourself, and it is easy to manage. So people doing SEOs and online marketing, they would hype it, they would overrate it, they would say that they will manage things. It is not possible at all. It is as equal as our children is managed by somebody else. It's equivalent to our business is managed by somebody else. I don't believe in that.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef. Thank you.
Most welcome, sir.
Thank you, Chef, for that lovely answer. Mr. Geeta Krishnan would like to ask something.
No, nothing, sir. I just joined very late, so.
Okay. And
thank you.
Chef Abdul, Chef Geeta Krishnan is the senior most chef in terms of bakery operation. You have heard about him or known him.
Yes. Sir, how are you, sir?
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you.
Pleasure having you for this debate.
Yeah. He's into the bakery chain operations, and he started in Tiruchengodu, and very nicely they have been doing it now.
Wonderful.
They're already expanding in very nice and tier
And
2.
I should say, during this pandemic, somebody who's choosing a business, I would say the bakery, the baking business, or the patisserie business are the ones which are going to be highly successful. Those are the ones which has a good shelf life, and the ones which are quick to eat, quick to carry, quick to store, easy to store. So bakery is a very good business at this time, and it will take off easily, and it will be managed well. And returns also is very good in bakery business. And I know the chef is already aware of it.
True, sir. True, sir. And they should also start doing some frozen this thing. They should learn, because that is going to be the future in bakery industry.
True. Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
There's another question. What is SEO? They are from one Mr. Raja. I think so. It is SEO, Search Engine Optimization. Chef, on your behalf, I just thought I'll say that. It's Search Engine Optimization.
Yes. Search Engine.
Would like to add up something, Chef, in that, because there's something which is very interesting which you told to many of them.
Search engine is something that, for example, you have Yahoo, you have Google, Yelp, and all those. Those are the web pages wherein, for example, you will search which is the nearest chocolate store, or which is the nearest biryani restaurant, or where I can find the best idli. So these search engines will give you the lead, whichever is in the first page and the first 10 categories. Those are the ones where the customers would click in. So for that, you need to promote your business through either through various blogs. You need to keep posting blogs which are interesting. That blogs you can relate it to your Twitter handle, and from Twitter handle you can post it in your Facebook and Instagram, and from there you can get the leads. The more the hits, the more the organic leads you will get. Otherwise, you can also get it through paid. That is a paid SEO, wherein you will whenever you put a search, there is something called ads. It is mentioned. For example, you're looking for parota, and you put it where can I find parota nearby? So in the main page, you will get XYZ parota shop. So that is there will be mentioned ads. So the ads adds on to the search engine, wherein it gives you for each click some charges. So SEO, if you learn it, it is very good for your business to grow. So either through YouTube or through Google, you can learn the tricks of the trade of SEO.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Chef. There is Raja who has raised his hand. Over to Mr. Raja.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Chef, thank you very much for your explanation about search engine optimization. Yes, Chef, actually, as you told, that bakery business.
Can you introduce yourself, Mr. Raja? Sorry, actually, can you introduce yourself in one line?
Yeah, sure, Balaji. This is Raja. I am calling from Chennai only. I'm in IT industry. Actually, we thought of starting one baking, home-based baking with my help of my wife. Actually, she went for training and also she has completed the training and all. We are planning to have some cake. We are planning to produce some cakes and other things like chocolates, those things, and are planning to home-based baking. It's like so we are thought of not at all started. We just started the training only. It's a future plan only. Coming back to online, sir. So what is the online means? How there are a lot of things in online, right? Like WhatsApp, website, and also to start with, what is the first thing, sir, we can do to go for online, sir? I mean, to marketing, something like that. Anyway,
Mr.
first we are
Raja,
planning to have give our product to nearby friends, relatives, and all. But after that, next stage, we need to expand, right? So to make it as business like. So based on feedback and all, we will be getting from friends and nears and dears. After that, we are planning to have some online type of business, but home-based only, not shop. We are not planning to open any shop and all. So how to start with? So online means which platform first we need to do, like that. Just to give some tips.
Yeah, wonderful, Mr. Raja. I love this particular situation as of now.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful situation that you are in.
yeah.
Now that you are already
Actually, we
aware
thought of
how to take-
starting not before COVID and all. We planned actually, but luckily COVID also came to picture now. But
No, that's not going to change anything because you're planning to start something from home.
yeah,
And I don't think anything could stop you if
Yes.
the government allows you for the delivery and the takeaways.
Correct.
So I would say first have a business plan done. You need to have a name for your brand.
Okay.
You need to have identity. So you need to create an identity. You need to have who you are, what you do, and how you started this, and who is your team, and what are your products. List of products. List out 10 best products that you can do at home easily. And what are the areas that you can cover? Which are the areas that you can cover? Once you have a logo, your name, your identity, then you go online and have a website done.
Okay.
Your website is very important for you because landing is very important. People should know who you are and what you do. That's more important. So you need to have a brand penetration into the market through having an online presence. Then if possible, if you are able to invest more, then you can have an app, which is a business app for iOS and also an Android, which will be helpful for customers to easily order through you. You can manage their old orders. You can review, you can rate them, you can give them offers, and also loyalty programs can be run through these offers. Once you are able to acquire the market, you can capitalize the market, then you can think about running the same business model. There are millions of households throughout India who are looking for an opportunity like this, running a business from home. Baking is something that is a beautiful thing. God has given this beautiful cooking technique, that is baking. From baking, you can do wonders. And if you are able to share your knowledge to somebody somewhere, sitting somewhere, and they have to run a livelihood, and from you, they run a livelihood and you get benefits out of that also, then you start franchising it. And this is a beautiful model that you have started. Encourage your wife. You stand in the front, make sure that everything is smoothly managed. Encourage in such a way that you achieve your targets. You should be the next big baking company in India. That should be your target.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All the best for you, Mr. Raja.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your detailed explanation, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And we have one more question from Prasad Amrit. It says,
yeah, my name is Swati.
Yeah,
Prasad's
Swati,
wife. Mr. Abdul, we have a restaurant in Bombay, and right now we have a menu of approximately these items, and how are we supposed to go about it? Only highlight the ones which are most selling.
Technical issue. I lost your question. Please, can you repeat it?
Yeah, probably you need to say reiterate your question, madam.
Okay, my name is Swati.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a restaurant in Bombay. So right now we have approximate 50 to 70 items in our menu. Now, since we have to do online business, are we supposed to shorten the menu list, and how are we supposed to go about it?
No, correct decision. No, it's a correct decision. I would say reduce your menu, reduce your manpower, reduce your inventory.
Okay.
Reduce your menu. What you do is, if you have a data, if you have
Okay.
collected the data for the past 6 months, choose what is your highest selling products.
Okay.
Keep those products in your list. Okay. I would say
Okay.
don't cross it beyond 20 items. Keep those
Okay.
20 items, and you have to price it a bit more because these are highest selling products. So if you are selling at 100 rupees, you can make it 120 rupees so that you make 20% of margin from your present highest selling menu. Because I'm sure
Okay.
that people will be desperate to have those highest selling menu. At this time, where you are lost already the income, you can charge up another 20% and reduce your manpower so that you don't have so many menus to manage. And
Okay.
make sure that you concentrate more into how hygienically you can pack and give a combo meal to the customers. So the value
Okay.
addition is always appreciable by the customers if you are putting in an effort in creating a combo meal to them, which is easy for them to manage in this pandemic issue.
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Yeah. So with all these questions, we are coming to the draw of this wonderful session, heated interactive session. Thank you, Chef, for your complete integrated approach, because we always have known you as a person who's outwardly going and helping others, irrespective of not whatever it is. You don't even hold any of your knowledge. You are just ready to share whatever interactions. You're always there to help and lend your helping hand, and let your good work continue. And dear guest from Prego Knowledge Series, this is our third session. It's an humble attempt from the Prego team to take this knowledge to a larger audience with this new evolving era of the hospitality sector, because everywhere there was a gloom about hospitality, how it's going to thrive and other things, but different perspectives are being brought daily on a daily basis. So I look forward to continued patronage and support of the entire guests who have been there here. In case any of the guests feel that their team or their partner have missed this wonderful interactive session with Chef Abdul, you can always visit our Prego Facebook page or Prego YouTube channel, and you could always have a complete the program's entire replay of this entire program. Thank you all once again, and thank you, Chef, for being with us in this wonderful session. Thank you, Prego team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you all. Bye.
Thank you, the team.
Sir,
Thank you.
sir.
Yeah. Bye.
ಅಲ್ಲ